Good morning, students. So in this session, I am going to discuss about photovoltaic and Hall effect. So first of all, we will discuss what do you mean by photovoltaic effect and what are the different photovoltaic materials and how actually light energy is converted into electrical energy. That we'll see. After that, we will go for Hall effect and its Hall effect transducers. So generally, photovoltaic effect is the generation of voltage and electric current in a material upon exposure to light. That means simply it converts the light energy or sunlight energy into some electrical energy. Simply it is a physical and chemical phenomena. So when light from the sun energy is falling on a photovoltaic cell or when it is exposed to a sunlight, due to the striking of photons, there is a mobility of charge carriers from one place to another place, so that can generate some voltage or electric current in a photovoltaic cell. So actually in a simple way you can say that the photovoltaic effect is a process that generates voltage or electric current in a photovoltaic cell when it is exposed to sunlight. So because of this effect, or this effect can make the solar panels very useful, so which converts the sun energy into electrical energy. So actually this photovoltaic effect was first discovered in 1839 by Edmond Becquerel when he is doing some experiment involving some weight cells. He observed that voltage of this cell increase when its plates exposed to sunlight. So as he is doing some experiments, he observed that the voltage of the cells increases when they are exposed to some sunlight. So like that, so at the time it was invented photovoltaic effect. So that is in 1839. So what is the actual process? What is the description? Simply we are having photosensitizer alone without having anything, just it is there, no effect will be there. If light is also alone, no effect there, no effect is there. When this photosensitizer material and light both are combined, there is some change in organism or change in can produce some electrical voltage. Simply when photon, that means from the light energy, are absorbed by photosensitizer, a voltage difference across the junction is produced. So this voltage difference is caused by the internal drift of electrons, that is movement of electrons, which accepted the light energy and leave the normal position. So this photovoltaic effect is the basic physical process through which a solar cell converts the sunlight into electricity. So how the photovoltaics works? So actually these are made by three layers. So top layer is made up of silicon and n-type phosphorus, silicon and n-type phosphorus doping, and this first layer becomes negative type due to excess of negative electrons. As it is made up of n-type, it become negative due to excess of negative electrons, and middle layer has low margin of p-type material, and the bottom layer is doped p-type, that is almost boron, by material boron along with silicon. So what happens? Generally sunlight is composed of photons, that is light energy. So the amount of energy in the photon being proportional to the frequency of its light. So when photons strike the solar cell, the vast majority are either reflected or observed. So large amount of these photons are either reflected or observed. So when a photon is observed, its energy is transferred to the semiconductor, which is in the first layer. So the electron escapes from its normal position associated with that atom. As we said that the first layer having more number of electrons, as it is n-type. So the electron causes a hole to form Each photon with enough energy will normally free exactly one electron and one hole. So you know that both electrons and holes are mobile and such can be current carriers. So as it is moving from one layer to another layer, so that creates some current. So what are the materials used in photovoltaic devices? Those are silicon, indium arsenide, indium antimonide, selenium, germanium, gallium arsenide. So that is about the photovoltaic cell, photovoltaic effect. So whenever you have been asked about the applications of photovoltaic, you can explain the solar cells, how they are going to convert into electrical energy. Okay, first you need to explain what is photovoltaic effect and what are the materials used and applications, how they are going to convert into that electrical energy. So explanation solar cells. Okay, now we'll go for the next topic, that is Hall effect. It is very simple. First we'll see the what is the effect, then we'll go for the explanation. If a strip of conducting material carries current in the presence of transverse magnetic field, an EMF is produced between two edges of the conductor. The magnitude of voltage depends upon the current, flux density, and property of conductor called Hall effect coefficient. That means whenever a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field that is transferred, that is perpendicular magnetic field, an EMF is produced between the two edges of that conducting plate. The magnitude of this voltage develop depending upon the current I, flux density, as well as Hall effect coefficient, which is the property of that particular conductor. We will see that is. So this is a conductor which is placed in a magnetic field. So the magnetic field is in this perpendicular direction. So this conductor carries some current, primary current in this direction. So when this conductor is placed in this magnetic field, a voltage is placed between the two edges of this conductor. So this is voltage is measured by the two edges of the conductor. So that voltage may be measured by some normal instrument or some Gauss meter. Here if you observe, all are current, flux density and voltage, all are perpendicular to each other. So if you observe this one, in this field, magnetic field, here we are having current, in this direction we are having the voltage. So the EMF may be measured after amplification. So these Hall effect elements are extensively used in magnetic measurements. Whenever you want to measure some magnetic field, flux density, then also we can use these Hall effect sensors. They can also be used for sensing of current. So this Hall effect is present in metals and semiconductors in varying amounts. That means in some materials it is having very high and some it is having very low. That is depending upon the densities and mobilities of carriers. So if you see, the principle of working of Hall effect transducer is that if a strip of conducting material carries a current, if a strip of conducting material carries a current in the presence of transverse magnetic field, as in figure, a difference of potential is produced between the opposite edges of the conductor. So if you consider this diagram, let us consider a current is passed through leads 1 and 2 of the strip. The output leads connected to the edges 3 and 4. These output voltage, the output leads are at the same potential when there is no transverse magnetic field passing through the strip. First assume that some current is passing through these edges 1 and 2, and I have connected a meter for measurement of voltage to the edges 3 and 4. So the potentials at these edges 3 and 4 are same, that is there is no voltage difference in the absence of transverse magnetic field. That means when there is no magnetic field, so this potential difference is 0. When a transverse magnetic field passes through the strip, an output voltage EH appears across the output leads 3 and 4. So this voltage is proportional to the current and magnetic field strength. So the amount of voltage produced EH is proportional to the current and magnetic field strength. So the magnet, simply we can say that the principle of working of this Hall effect transducer is not, but if a strip of conducting material carries a current in the presence of transverse magnetic field, a difference of potential is produced between the opposite edges of the conductor. The magnitude of the voltage depends upon the current, strength of magnetic field, and also property of a conductor called Hall effect. So this Hall effect is present in metals and semiconductors. That is depending upon the densities and mobilities of carriers. So the amount of voltage developed is, as I told, proportional to the current and flux density and property, that is the Hall effect coefficient. So that output voltage EH is given by KHIB divided by T, where KH is the Hall effect coefficient, which is given as voltmeter per ampere Weber meters per meter square, and T is the thickness of the strip, and I is the current passes through the conductor in amperes, and B is the flux densities in Weber per meter square. So what are the applications of this Hall effect transducer? So these Hall effect transducers are used to convert from magnetic to electric. That is, first one is magnetic to electric transducer, and they are used for measurement of displacement, measurement of current, and measurement of power. So the Hall effect element is used for converting the magnetic flux into electric transducer. The magnetic fields are measured by placing the semiconductor material in the measuring magnetic field. The voltage develops at the end of semiconductor strips, and this voltage is directly proportional to the magnetic field density. That means, as we know that the voltage developed is proportional to the magnetic field strength and current. Okay, so the magnetic field which is to be converted, and that is measured by placing the semiconductor material in the magnetic field. Just simply you can place a semiconductor material in the measured magnetic field, whose field strength density will be measured. Then the voltage can be developed at the end of the semiconductor strips. So this voltage is directly proportional to the magnetic field density. So like that we can convert the magnetic energy into some electrical energy. And there is measurement of displacement. So Hall effect element measures the displacement of a structural element. So if you observe this figure, it shows a ferromagnetic structure. It is a ferromagnetic structure having a permanent magnet. The Hall effect transducer located in the gap adjacent to the permanent magnet. So this is the structural member, permanent magnet. So we have to adjust the Hall effect member in the gap of permanent magnet. So the Hall effect transducer is located in the gap which is adjacent to the permanent magnet. The field strength produced by the permanent magnet in the gap is varied by changing position of ferromagnetic field. As this ferromagnetic field material plate is placed or varied, the displacement between the distance between these two changes, the field strength will be changed. That means the field strength produced by the permanent magnet is depending upon the position of this ferromagnetic plate. So now what happens you see. So this field strength produced by the permanent magnet in the gap is varied by changing the position of ferromagnetic plate. So the voltage output of the Hall effect transducer is proportional to the field strength in the gap which is the function of position of the ferromagnetic plate from the structure. That means that is the displacement. Simply what I am doing is all effect material is placed and where some amount of current is flowing, that is current carrying conductor. So when it is placed in the permanent magnet, it produces amount of voltage. So the amount of voltage produced in this all effect element is proportional to the current, where I am going to observe that current is constant, and that is proportional to magnetic field strength. So this magnetic field strength is depending upon the position of ferromagnetic plate. That means that is the displacement. So like that, so whatever the voltage we are measured, that is proportional to the displacement of the ferromagnetic plate from the structural member. So like that we are able to measure the displacement. So this Hall effect is also used for measuring the current without any physical connection between the conductor circuit and meter. Here also same, the strength of the magnetic field is proportional to the applied current. Here what we are doing is the magnetic field, we are putting some constant magnetic field, and then we will see the what is the amount of voltage developed, that is directly proportional to the current. Similar way, that is also used for measurement of power. The Hall effect transducer is used for measuring the power of the conductor. Here the current is applied across the conductor, which develops the magnetic field. The intensity of field depends upon the current. The magnetic field induces the voltage across strip. So the output voltage of the multiplier, we can take some multiplier, is proportional to the power of the transducer. So like this, there are some applications of Hall effect transducers. So with this, we have finished the complete second unit, where we have discussed about the thermoelectric sensors, thermocouples, its principles and laws of thermocouple, and next pyrometers, and after that we will discuss the piezoelectric effect and applications of piezoelectric transducer, next photovoltaic effect and Hall effect. So with this I am going to conclude this session.